Everyone is talking about the AI revolution. We hear about the chips, the data centers, the incredible algorithms. But what if I told you that the entire architecture of our digital future rests on a material you look through every single day? I'm talking about glass, and the fight to control its future is one of the most important battles in technology today.
That's right, because behind all the silicon, behind the mind-bending processing power, there's a high-stakes war being fought in materials science. It's a battle over this perfectly flat, impossibly pure foundation that makes everything, from the phone in your pocket to the servers powering AI, even possible.
And at the very heart of this battle is a component most people have never even heard of: the glass substrate. It's truly the unsung hero of the entire tech industry.
So, what exactly is it? Well, think about it like this. You would never ever build a skyscraper on a shaky, uneven foundation, right? It just wouldn't work. It's the same exact principle here. You can't etch billions of microscopic transistors or craft a perfect, vibrant OLED pixel onto a surface that isn't absolutely flawless. That flawless surface, that bedrock, that's the glass substrate.
And this isn't some niche market we're talking about. This is the core infrastructure for the next generation of tech. We're talking advanced packaging that lets AI chips think faster, the ridiculously precise lithography that makes those chips, the massive, brilliant displays in new smart cars, even the optical connectors that form the backbone of AI data centers. Seriously, if you control the glass, you control a critical choke point in the entire tech supply chain.
So in this global arena, two absolute titans dominate the field: the American innovator, Corning, and the Japanese industrial powerhouse, AGC. And thanks to some deep dive analysis from HDIN Research on their latest financial reports, we can see they could not be more different in how they're approaching this fight.
And their strategies are polar opposites. As you can see, Corning is the focused specialist. They are a pure play on materials science. They are betting the farm on their deep expertise in glass and optics. AGC, on the other hand, they're the diversified industrialist, a global giant with its fingers in everything from chemicals to life sciences. They're seeking stability by, not putting all their eggs in one basket.
You can see AGC's whole philosophy right here in their corporate vision: look beyond. Their goal is to be an important part of the world. It's broad, it's stable, it's diversified. For them, glass is just one very important pillar in a much larger industrial empire.
Now contrast that with this quote pulled directly from Corning's 2025 10K filing. There is zero ambiguity here. They flat out state they are vital to progress by applying unparalleled expertise in glass science. That is a specialist mission statement if I've ever heard one. It's laser-focused, it's aggressive, and it's incredibly confident in their own technological dominance.
This whole difference in philosophy is perfectly captured in the semiconductor market. They're not even competing head-to-head. It's more like a staggered competition. Think of Corning as the tool maker. They provide the essential upstream stuff, like their ultra-low expansion glass, which is a core part of the lithography machines that literally print the chips. AGC is positioning itself more as the architect of the chip's future, focusing downstream on packaging with its glass core substrates. That's a disruptive technology designed to replace older materials to make chips more powerful and compact.
So, different philosophies, different battlegrounds. But as any good analyst will tell you, a strategy is only as good as the balance sheet that supports it. So let's do what we do best. Let's follow the money.
And this really is the key question, isn't it? Does Corning's focused aggression actually lead to bigger rewards, or is AGC's slow and steady, diversified model the safer path to growth? Well, the numbers tell a really fascinating story.
And right away, looking at HDIN Research's analysis, we see a huge difference. Corning is running with a much higher debt load. We're talking a 60% debt-to-asset ratio. Compare that to ASG's more conservative 41%. AGC can also cover its interest payments more easily. This fits the story perfectly. Corning is using leverage to fuel its growth, while ASG maintains a much more cautious financial posture.
And right here, this is where Corning's strategy just becomes crystal clear. Look at the R&D spending. In 2025, Corning poured over $1.1 billion into research and development. That is nearly triple what AGC spent. This isn't just a number on a chart, it's a massive statement of intent. Corning is betting its entire future on simply out-innovating everyone else.
But, and this is a big but, that high-risk, high-reward strategy comes with one of the most dramatic points of contrast between these two companies, and that is their exposure to customer risk.
59%. Let that sink in. According to their own public filing, nearly 60% of Corning's entire display division revenue comes from just 3 customers. That is an absolutely astonishing level of concentration. If just one of those key relationships goes sour, the impact could be devastating.
Now compare that to AGC. Their annual report makes it clear that no single customer accounts for more than 10% of their sales. This is the benefit of diversification in action. It gives them a level of stability and resilience that, frankly, Corning just doesn't have.
So you have to be asking, why would Corning accept that kind of risk? The answer lies in their incredibly powerful competitive moat. They have a patented fusion process that produces glass so pure, so perfect, that it's practically irreplaceable for high-end displays. And they leverage this advantage by locking customers into these long-term deals with a staggering $1.5 billion in prepayments. It's like a set of golden handcuffs. Customers have already paid for future supply, which makes switching to a competitor incredibly expensive and difficult.
But don't think AGC's safety-first approach is without its own risks. As this analyst warning from HDIN Research points out, diversification can also mean getting dragged down by parts of the business that aren't doing so well. AGC's life sciences business booked a pretty significant loss in 2025, and that loss bleeds cash that could otherwise be funneled into that high-stakes, high-growth semiconductor race against Corning.
So, what we have here are 2 giants, on 2 very different paths, locked in this critical battle for the very foundation of our tech future. The real question is, what does this all mean for 2026 and beyond?
What's so fascinating to me is that despite their wildly different strategies, their destination seems to be exactly the same. Both companies are aggressively targeting AI hardware, smart automotive displays, and even sustainable energy. The focused specialist and the diversified industrialist are converging on the very same prize, which is just setting the stage for an even bigger showdown.
And that leaves us with one final critical question. Will Corning's high-risk, innovation-first aggression allow it to completely dominate these new markets? Or will AGC's slow, steady, and resilient model ultimately win the long game? As the AI revolution continues to accelerate, the answer to that question is going to be written not in silicon, but in glass.